Here in San Antonio, day one, if you will, of the Final Four between Houston and Duke, Auburn and Florida here at the Alamodome. You can see the sign behind me, closed practices. So yes, each of the four teams having closed practices. No one from the public could see it. First though, let me show you a little behind the scenes video. This is what the outside of the Cougs locker room looks like here at the Alamodome. Among the players pictured, forward J'Wan Roberts, who on his way to practice giving me a fist bump because, well, I was the only one waiting outside the bus. And the media presence here is completely a different story compared to what we saw in Wichita and Indianapolis. 3-4 times the number of reporters. We saw that when we went into the locker rooms. Houston and Duke. Duke was packed. Of course, when you're dealing with Duke, blue blood, but also 3 top 10 NBA draft picks in the upcoming draft if these freshmen declare for the NBA draft. So here's what some of the Houston players were saying in the locker room, which was interesting as well because when we walked in, a number of the players were playing
check with me in 4 minutes.
Their NBA video game. If you've been following our coverage, you know that this team is uber competitive when it comes to video games. So here's what guys like Milos Uzan, LJ Cryer, Emmanuel Sharp, and J'Wan Roberts had to say about this meeting against the Duke Blue Devils.
Now that you're here, after being in Wichita and Indianapolis, does this feel any different? Does it feel like you're at the Final Four?
Yeah, it does feel different. You can just feel the vibes here, the Final Four vibes. You know, none of us, I won't say none of us, but, you know, a few of us, like LJ, you know, Coach and J1, those are all the ones that been in the Final Four. But Coach is like, you know, he never got this experience because of COVID. But, you know, it just nice, and we just all blessed to be here.
What are the challenges Duke presents after getting some scouting on, doing some scouting on them?
You know, they're the tallest team in the country. You know, we just gotta be us and, you know, keep the ball in front of us and just have a defensive mindset like we did last game.
And you must feel excited that you will have a pro-Houston crowd there after what you experienced in Indianapolis.
Yeah, you know, we still gotta be ourselves no matter what crowds there. You know, we just in Indianapolis basically playing 2 road games, so you know it'll be nice to have the crowd behind us. You know, playing against a great Duke team, but at the end of the day, we just got to go out there and be ourselves.
You think this is the best team you guys have played all year?
On paper, maybe? Yeah, on paper, they're a great team. Like I said, they're the tallest team. We done played all year, and you know they got a lot of draft lottery picks on their team. So they're a great team. And, you know, it's gonna be a good game.
Y'all played tall teams before, but how do you counter that? You know, in terms of what y'all do defensively when you have a team that's got that type of. Y'all have length, you know, wingspans, but you're talking about just their height and how do you deal with that?
You know, we just got to go out there and be tough. You know, they're a tall team. We just got to go out there and limit them to one possession and play our defense and just keep the ball in front and keep them out the paint.
You mentioned the experience of the tournament. You guys have a lot of veterans, even guys that have played, you know, a couple of NCAA tournaments. Does that go a long way, Malik, when you look at what you guys have? And you know, they start 3 freshmen. Is that an advantage to have?
Yeah, you know, we got some guys that play in these moments, but you know, a lot of us didn't. Like Duke team, you know, they got a lot of freshmen on the team, so it's, you know, we're all gonna just come out and just try to play hard, and at the end of the day, to try to get the win.
And you?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamal Shedd, probably. Marcus Sasser. Me? Who the hell said me?
Oh, sorry. J1, how much does experience play a factor when you get to this point? Just looking at you guys, how y'all have been in these moments, big games.
I think it's pretty good, especially for guys that have been in this moment before, been on this stage before, brighter lights. I feel like, you know, when you've been through this before, it's not as surprising or it's not as much challenging going forward. So having vets that's been here before, it just kind of make everything a lot smoother.
You remember and maybe it's different because it was COVID and stuff, but do you remember the Final Four your first year and sort of, the lights and stuff of you being a freshman at the time, or maybe the Elite Eight the next year is a better example of just what those moments feel like when you're a first year guy or a second year guy?
Yeah, I mean, everybody wants to play March Madness. So when you get to that stage in your career, when you actually make the tournament, it's kind of nerve-wracking sometimes. You get a lot of jitters. Play against teams you never played before. The stakes are higher. If you lose, you go home. So I think there's more of urgency, especially when you're a freshman. And when you're new to stuff like that, you really don't know what to expect. So from what I saw from my freshman year, it was COVID, so it really wasn't as, intimidating and stuff like that. But Elite Eight, it's a different ball game. When the stakes are higher and the fans are right over you, and it feel like it's a away game, it's a lot more pressure though, for sure.
Do you think you'll have jitters this time around, or is it not because you've been there, done that?
I feel like everybody got jitters, but in a good way. Not in a scared way, more of like excited to play. And I feel like once the ball tips off, everybody goes back to themselves. You're going to come out with a crazy amount of energy to start the game off, but I just treat it like another game too at the same time, not try to go off script what we ain't been doing the whole year. So, getting ready for this game, we know what type of game it is, but, just playing with a lot of confidence in ourselves and just trying to get to the next round.
After Wichita and Indy, does this feel different, this setting, this Final Four? Does it feel any different than those previous stops?
I feel more at home, yeah, but like I said, we try to treat every game the same too. But yeah, being at home, more comfortable background, it helps a lot too, but you never try to go into games thinking about the crowd too. We just try to stay within ourselves and just try to see how we can win the game.
You have been part of more wins than anybody who's ever worn a Houston uniform. What's that mean to you? The longevity that means, and just the fact that you've been able to be around that long?
It's kind of crazy when you think about it, but I give a lot of credit to my coaches, and I give a lot of credit to my teammates that I played with. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to get those wins too. So I try not to take a lot of credit for all that, and especially with my coaches that developed me to the player that I am today, and the guys that I played with that mentored me and took me under their wing to see the game at a different level. So as much as I want to take credit for that, I give all that credit to my coaches and my teammates.
You mentioned a second ago, the COVID, you were in the Final Four, but in a way, does this feel like the first Final Four for you, in that all the Final Four is supposed to mean?
Yeah, 100%. It's totally different, especially with COVID, the crowd was kind of far away.
Yeah.
You had to wave to the crowd and stuff. It wasn't that many people, so it wasn't really the full experience. But making it in my last year, I think this is what it's all about. Especially playing in Texas as a Texas team. It feels a lot different than how it was 2021.
Do you realize you guys are the first Texas team to ever play in a Final Four in their own state?
Yeah.
That's sort of, if there's a home state advantage or home court, this is it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool about that too, actually. The first team, yeah, that's pretty tight.
Coach mentioned to us yesterday again that he challenged you directly after the tournament in Vegas. What, in general, two things did he say to you, and how much to heart did you take that to kind of get this team going the way that you are?
Well, I feel like in that tournament in Vegas, I wasn't my best, and I think we got out of that tournament. We was 4-3 going into the season, and he told me that I'm a big part of this team. When I move, they move. So being a vet on this team, I have to lead by example, and try to, put a team in my back and be that guy, be the energy guy that starts things off and not play catch up, So I took that, kind of personal, especially that be my last year, and having new guys like Milos that doesn't know the system yet, or Mercy, Chase, those new guys that hasn't played yet, just to show them how it is to be a Division I basketball player, at a high level, and how to be on the number one team in the program. In the country. So I kind of took that personal, what he said about playing wise and having energy, and my teammates gave me a lot of confidence playing in that role. Last year Jamal had a big role, and he was the face of the program. So with me stepping up and coach kind of, giving me that leeway to lead this program, it was a lot, but I feel like I was built for it.
Duke, as much as you think of him, how much do you take it to heart if you feel like you're not meeting his expectations?
I feel pretty bad because of all the investments and stuff that he's put into this program, everything that he's done for the players. Even some days where he doesn't feel like coming to work because he's either sick or not feeling good, he still pushes through. And Coach Sampson is probably the most consistent person I've ever met in my life. He doesn't have any highs or lows, and he has a standard that you got to play to. So I feel like some days when I probably come into practice and I'm not on his intensity level, or I'm not face-to-face with him, I kind of feel like I'm letting the team down, letting the program down for all the stuff that he's built. So I just try to come in with the right attitude every day and just try to lead by example.
Milos,
How you doing?
Good. After Wichita and Indianapolis, does this feel any different? Does it feel like you're at the Final Four?
I mean, for sure, like a little bit. You go to the hotel, you got security on your floor. We got escorted our whole way down here, so it does feel a little different. It hasn't really hit me yet that I'm here, about to play in the Final Four, but it's pretty cool.
When will it hit you? Practice? Before the game?
Yeah, probably before the game, or maybe when I go see the court.
When you're looking.
Did you have a welcome to the NCAA tournament moment? After not playing in it this year, when did you was there a moment for you this year where you realized, wow, this is pretty big?
Yeah, probably when we played Purdue. Yeah, Purdue game, it was a little bit of a home game for them.
A little bit?
Yeah, for sure. And then for us to have some adversity in that game and fight back, and then for us to get the W was kind of cool. So.
The fact that they have experience at the point like you, and then they start three freshmen, or at least three of their four leading scorers are freshmen. What have you seen from them? Do they play like freshmen?
Not at all. Yeah, they got a really good group over there. I'm really excited for the matchup to go out there and compete. It'll be exciting though. But those three freshmen for sure, they're lottery picks. So.
I'm imagining that you are also, guys, you're pumped about the crowd, the fact that what we saw in Indianapolis, first Purdue, then Tennessee, or are you not counting on a lot of support here?
No, I think it'll be a lot of love, a lot of red out there. I mean, it should be. I feel like we earned it and we deserve it. And now that we're in our backyard, they should take advantage of that.
How surprised are you that 4  most seeds are here? It's only second time in history.
Honestly, when I was looking at the brackets, I really thought that most of the 1 seeds would get there. I feel like we played against Auburn, so we know how good they are. I've seen Florida and Duke play, so I mean, those are tough teams to beat, and so are we. So.
What was that all about? What was that all about?
I felt like like when Brian be talking about stuff in the future. Yeah.
You mentioned the 3 freshmen for you. Is it weird? Oh, sorry, Mike. I didn't know. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
You guys defensively put such tremendous pressure on people. Can you sense during the game what you guys do to people?
For sure. Yeah, I feel like, especially in our last game, E-Man did a great job of setting the tone early. He was pressuring the defender with the ball. Yeah, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. Even in practice when I'm going against these guys, it's frustrating. So I feel like it definitely plays a part in our culture.
How about the challenge now of taking that defense and putting it against some of the more renowned players in this country?
Yeah.
How do you like that challenge?
I mean, yeah, you're talking about Coop? Yeah, he's a great player. I feel like we have elite perimeter defenders, and we're going to do a good job of showing bodies. And we'll see what we do out there.
You mentioned Coop. Have you seen any of his commercials? Like New Balance or Gatorade or anything?
Yeah, I've probably seen a couple of them for sure on the little March Madness run for sure.
Is it weird thinking about going up? Like, it's like some NBA stuff. Like, I'm going up against a guy who's got his own Gatorade commercial. Is that weird at all?
I mean, not really. I believe I can play in the NBA, so I mean, I look at it as I'm competing against another guy. But yeah, Coop's a good player.
I press, play zone. I play a lot of zone in 2K. Play the passing lane, so I definitely try a little hard on there.
The competitiveness is real.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys won the title 2021 with Baylor. What kind of help do you think that's going to be for you this year?
I mean, Not much, honestly. My role was definitely different from that year, so I kind of got to sit back and watch. So, I mean, I feel like that's the only advantage I have, just seeing my brothers go out there and see what it takes to win. So, obviously, I know what it takes to win from just seeing it and being around those guys. So, I feel like that's really the only advantage.
So is it a different experience for you and Jawan this time, though? I mean, I know y'all are on opposite sides, but this is not in a bubble, and it's going to be a lot different.
Yeah, it's definitely different, especially with our roles. We're the leaders of the team now instead of being like so far back. But the overall experience is different as well. There was no fans, there was no media, nothing like that. So this is definitely a lot different.
You're playing for Coach Sampson this time. Also, you don't have to play against him.
Right.
Especially the way you guys. Do you think that helps you a little bit? You don't have to go against this genius of a coach.
Yeah, I mean, but all the other coaches are geniuses as well. They got to the Final Four, so they're good coaches in their own right. So we're definitely going to go. John Shire's a great coach, so we're going up against another genius.
What are your first impressions of San Antonio so far in the Riverwalk and all that stuff?
I mean, it's pretty cool. I've been down here before with me being from Texas, so it's not nothing new to me.
Is there anything you wanted to see or you wanted to show your teammates that maybe you've seen in the past?
Probably like the Spurs facility, but I think we're gonna practice there, so that's pretty much it.
There are 6 guys in the Final Four who are 23 and older. What does that say just about kind of where college basketball is going, where it is now?
I mean, veterans. I feel like veterans and people that's been through it can kind of lead you to where you want to be. I mean, besides like Duke. I mean, Duke has a lot of freshmen, but as far as I feel like most coaches are looking for older guys that have been in college and been through the war. So, yeah.
I mean, maybe like 10 years ago, a guy in your situation might have tried to go to Europe or something, try to start their career. For you, was it like an easy call to keep going?
Yeah, definitely. The landscape has definitely changed. So, I mean, it's beneficial for us to stay in college for as long as you can. And I mean, if we had 7 years, I mean, we would come back. So, yeah.
Would you rather be doing that than doing this?
Playing the game? Oh, yeah, I love playing the game.
And these guys, they're not on your level, though, right? From talking to some of these other guys in the past.
I'm going to tell the truth. I was winning this game, and I gave him the controller, and he's still winning. So that says it all.
Does it feel different being here than compared to Wichita and Indianapolis?
Yeah. I feel like just everything is just like amplified, honestly. So I feel like that's the main thing.
When you look at this whole field, any surprise to you that all 4 number 1 seeds have made it?
No surprise. I honestly thought that's how it was going to go this year. I mean, when you look at the bracket, I mean, you kind of would hope that one of them would lose and it not be us, but I mean, it is what it is. The best teams have made it.
You got Terrence over here, won 2 state titles in this building. I'm sure you guys know that already, but you giving him a little crap or putting a little bit more pressure on him to make the game-winning shots like he did in his junior year?
Nah, I honestly thought he only won 1. I did not know he won 2, so I'm going to definitely give him some crap now, though.
Back to back.
I mean, it was a hard-fought game. I felt like I don't know. I just felt like we let one go, honestly. So, I mean, that's really all I remember.
Is there a little added motivation? I mean, I know you're in the Final Four already, but just kind of give that one back, especially.
I mean, maybe for some people, this is definitely a new team. Maul can't come out there and save us or do anything about this outcome. So, we're not gonna make it about that. It's just, this is a new team and we got our own story to write. So, hopefully, we get to continue writing it.
How much does experience play a factor that you guys have got guys that have been here before?
I mean, I feel like experience is everything. You kind of know what it takes to win, and you don't shy away from the moment when you have the experience. So I feel like that's big.
It surprised you that you guys are one of the oldest teams, or at least starting lineup wise, you're one of the oldest.
You said does it surprise me?
Yeah, just the fact that y'all have that experience. I think Auburn starting five is all seniors, but just does that sort of count for something? Extra buckets maybe, or that just in terms of what it can do for you, just having that in-here mentality?
I mean, it can, but at the end of the day, 18, 19, 20, however old you are, I mean, if you're a player, you're a player. So I feel like the best players have got to this point. You know, Duke has a young team, but clearly they have the best players too. So age can do something for you, but the best player is going to win the games.
What's most difficult to see?
A little bit, but because it's the Final Four, so you know it's a big stage. It's exciting, but at the end of the day, it's basketball. You know, we're all going to be out there on the court with one ball, 2 baskets that are 10 feet, and we're going to be playing just like we were in the other rounds. How we practice, you know, the whole season. You know, it's basketball at the end of the day. No problem. Yeah, it's it's a big stage, but you know, like I said, it's still basketball at the end of the day. So it's exciting now, for sure.
What impresses you most, other than the talent, the length, and everything else about Duke?
I mean, they're a great team. You know, they win. Any team that can win, you know, is impressive. So, you know, it's great to see, you know, another competitive team, and you know, it's exciting to be able to compete against those guys.
How many times have you been asked that question?
A lot.
So there's Houston and Duke. Well, Duke's locker room was packed. Houston's was packed, but Duke's was packed. Of course, you're dealing with the Blue Blood, the #1 team in the nation, a squad with 3 possible first-round draft picks in the upcoming NBA draft should these freshmen declare. So here's the vibe from what the Duke players were saying about Houston, this matchup, and being at the Final Four.
We got a good squad too, so not putting that against us or not looking apart at that. Just knowing that we got to keep playing our basketball we've been doing all year. And I feel like we got the momentum right now, how we've been playing basketball. So just this week we had an off this week, but just getting a lot of reps, a lot of contact reps, and just being ready for Saturday.
Speaking about the fact that a lot of teams change from year to year, it's a 3-point game. What is it about you see from them that says, okay, this is what we got to be prepared for? We've seen that last year.
I mean, we have all seen the game already since most of us have been transfers or freshmen coming into this team, other than Tyrese and Caleb. So I mean, from their experience and Coach Hires' experience, from what them telling us and watching film, just knowing that they're not gonna just let us go out there and win, obviously. And they're a team that's been together for a lot of players been on the team together for some years. So just knowing that they got experience and we just got to keep playing our basketball and just being ready for whatever comes to us Saturday.
Haven't been able to do much, but we're walking around. Good practice today.
You guys went to the Rockwood and Lock and Tear, the first facility.
Yeah, that was sweet. Pretty new. I thought it was awesome. I love to practice there every day.
There's a lot of you guys that have a possibility of being drafted by the spring, making that your practice home. Was there any thoughts in your head about that?
Not really, but I wouldn't have any complaints about that. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
Obviously, Duke's fantastic. I think a little bit of the credit for him coming here. When I sat down with his mom and at that visit.
Yeah, I just don't think he's not very far removed from being a player himself. So just I think that competitive drive that a good player has, especially that's one that's played for Duke, is big.
What are you looking forward to this trip to San Antonio on the Final Four? Besides the games, obviously.
Besides the games, some of my family's coming down, so it'll just be a special moment to play the Final Four and share those moments with them.
Where are they traveling from?
Milwaukee.
Do you think they get to see you very often?
Not really.
Makes this Final Four a little bit more special.
Yeah, it'll be sweet. I mean, I just think it's going to come down to our toughness and our physicality. That most of the time, that's what it comes down to in basketball games, especially this semifinal game. It's going to be a war out there, and we got to be tough and handle it.
You know what I'm talking about. They have 4 birthdays, that kind of thing.
Yeah, they're always huge. It's going to be tough, and we're going to need everybody on the team. My second youngest, or I guess my youngest brother is KHOU, and he's a sophomore in high school, and he had a really good year. So hopefully he'll keep getting better and working on his game. I just always tell him keep working and always play hard. I think they've kind of found that in themselves, and and they found the love for the game. You know, so they're really working outside of practice on their game, and I'm super proud of them.
What was it like the last 24 hours for you guys? I mean, a flight in, you get met by a band, and all the pomp and circumstance of the Final Four.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty cool. Flying in and getting met by the band and the dancing and all that. I mean, we got to work pretty quickly. Went right straight over to the Spurs facility, got good practice in, and then we came home and had a meeting last night. So it's all business for us.
And the business aspect of it is focusing on a Houston team that really can defend. Do you think they've had to defend a team that is as offensively diverse as this group?
I don't know. They've played a lot of good teams this year. So I mean, they're definitely battle tested. Obviously, 34-4. They haven't lost in a while. So it'll be a battle. Which actor? I don't know. Brad Pitt. I don't know why.
Call it family pressure. Wisconsin Lutheran had a big year, so you hear about that a little bit from your family going into this Final Four?
I mean, yeah. I mean, they've said they've taken care of business, so they would like me to do the same. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. You know, even extended family as well. My uncle was here last night, and my cousins will be around. So it'll be super special. I don't know if I'll see much of them, but probably after the games.
I'm sure you've been asked this before, but there's certainly a difference between the team you just played and the team you're about to play. How they play ball,
Yeah.
What kind of adjustments at this point of the season is there that you have to work hard to adjust?
I mean, yeah, we got to adjust to every opponent we play. Obviously, Alabama and Houston are very different styles of basketball, but we're putting together a good game plan, and we'll be ready to go.
Is that one of the good things about this group is the adaptability and the way you guys are able to adjust? And you guys, it feels like you've got a lot of flexibility within this roster to play any style.
Yeah, we got a bunch of versatile players that can do a bunch of things on offense, and guys that can guard a bunch of different positions on the defensive end. So I think that's definitely one of our strengths.
Guys that got to control, guys who came through us, being able to do that with them was really special, and Sally the rare to the full season, especially in questions for each.
Good.
So that's good. I'm glad this
Very good. Who was Coach Carwell? Not only does he develop as a player this season, help him manage get started as a young man.
Yeah, I mean, Cuba has been a big mentor for me. I feel like we through a lot of the same things that I went through. So I think for him and me, it's been building a relationship all year long. He's helped me so much on the court. So we got a lot of routine stuff together, again, workouts in and whatnot. So it's been great just having that relationship with somebody like that.
And Justin Robinson, was captain a few years ago on this team, and how is he someone closer to you that you can relate to? How is he helping develop as a leader?
Yeah, I mean, J-Rob is huge. He's such a good energy guy. He's always bringing great vibes. He's been huge for just, leading us, showing us how to be good leaders and mentors.
How would you handle most kids like NIL, like everything that's going on in college with the pressure that you face? It would be tough. You don't seem like you've been rattled at all. Is there something that has kind of been difficult for you to transition to that maybe you haven't shown?
Not really. I think I have a really tight circle of good support system, and teammates and coaches with me that help me through everything. So it's not really easy to make transitions and kind of settle and be different spots.
Nothing on the court, even like it's been.
Like I said, great teammates, great coaches that help me get ready, help me be prepared, and help me put the work in so I'll be ready.
Cooper, what's the challenge with this Houston team? What's some of the challenge?
I mean, high-powered defense, number one ranked defense in the country. So it's just for us to be handling their pressure and doing the best we can.
Cooper, when you think about the makeup of this team, kind of talked about it earlier this week, you talked about it last week. Coach has even said this as well. How much do you feel like Coach and his staff just did a perfect job of assembling the pieces on this roster? How would you describe the way that you Tyree, Sion, all these guys kind of fit together in the way that you fit?
Yeah, I mean, I think Coach did a really good job. It's an incredible group of guys. Like, these are all my brothers now. It's been an incredible year. Everybody's been amazing to be around. So it's an incredible group. I don't think Coach could have done a better job. We have perfect pieces. It's come together really nice, and I think we're clicking at the right time.
On this run to the Final Four, who is the coolest person or some of the people that you've heard from that have reached out to you?
I mean, I'll say Grant Hill, just, being able to talk to him. He's been around and whatnot. So being able to talk to him, get some wisdom from him is really cool.
So there you have it. Both Duke and Houston ahead of Saturday's matchup. The line is about 5 points. Duke favored, but that could shift a little bit as we get closer to Saturday's game. That's the story here from the Alamodome. Duke and Houston coming your way on Saturday. Until then, keep it right here on KHOU 11 Plus for much, much more Final Four coverage.